Okay, this is our front door, and we have a self-closer. This is multi-housing, multi-level, and self-closers are required, so we can, contain problems, issues. And we're looking at our front door. Our front door's got, it's not self-latching. Okay, it's not self-locking. We got a little bit of distress right in here, but we got our deadbolt, and then we got our keyless. We also have a keyless deadbolt right here. Rolling right, we've got our coat closet, non-event. Okay. Coming into here, this is our powder room. That door does not latch. How about that? So that's both bathrooms. We'll talk about that in a moment. Powder room door does not latch. We've got some wainscoting in here, GFCI. This is our plumbing. We're missing an escutcheon plate, a couple of escutcheon plates underneath here, so it's little plates against the wall. I got a still image of that, I think. Fan works. Yay! Where they vent to, I don't know. I'm just going to assume. Moving over here, inside this door, this is our electric load center. And I got the bonus. No, I don't want to use that. Use the non-conductive, but we're missing a knockout hole right here. We do not have duplicity. It's hand labeled. Rolling on out. This is our thermostat over here. And Tiffany showed me how to work this. So since, this is for, she doesn't need me to explain it to her. This is our indoor air handler. This is our wrinkledy carpet. This is the primary bathroom. And everything goes down, supposed to go down, has both commodes, by the way, Hi, Timmy. Okay. Primary closet. Fire suppression system. How are you going to get to the shower? Control water, control handle. Yeah, buddy. Okay, it's going to take some acrobatics. And I got a video dedicated to that arrangement right there. Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. Boring. Boring. Okay. These are supposed to be labeled as being GFCI protected. Because they are. They are. You go into the other bathroom, the half bath, you go in there to reset it. This is our door latch. This is what I was going to talk about. I was talking about a moment ago. It does not work like it's supposed to. It does not work for me. If Grampy can't operate it, it don't work. Wrinkled carpet, like I said. There's been some discussion about these windows. I really think that these windows are dirty. I know that they're dirty. I know they're dirty inside and out. And I rubbed on one of them. I know a window guy is coming, but still we're missing two of our screens. And then the two screens that are left are in pretty bad shape. This one's all shiny. The other one's actually got a hole in it. We've got, it's kind of an interesting switch configuration here, but this switch has to be on to work this. Okay, we've been coming on along over here. I'm not getting any moisture. I'm not required to take moisture readings, by the way. Not my job. Don't have to do it. No. But I want to get like 5 and 6% moisture in the floor, which most wooden floor covering manufacturers consider that to be dry. So even though I'm getting some water leakage inside this return air plenum, it doesn't say, and even though that this floor has got this gap in it, but if you look down in the gap, you can see it's nice and clean and dry. So that gap, it's a coincidence that we have moisture inside of there, and we got our floor separating, but we still have moisture inside of there regardless. So the moisture issue is still a problem, but we also got some separation in our floor gap right there. I wanted to come over here for a moment. You see the way this windowsill, okay? See the way it makes that L around there? It's mitered around that corner. That corner. Hillbilly home inspection. That's the way hillbillies say it. We come over here, back in the bedroom, and they've been working on it, or when it was new, they just put those blocks in there and painted it and went on their way, or there was some damage there at one time and now they've corrected it. I don't know what the history is on that spot. To me, it looks like it was probably as old as this home, but also know that there's some repairs on some exterior walls around some windows on this property, so it's kind of hard to say. All the electrical receptacle outlets act like they're supposed to act, and they're being like they're supposed to be. They come on like that. And when I say all, there might be one up over a cabinet, like to the microwave, for example, and I might not be able to reach it, but every one that I could reach and operate was working fine. And come over here, this is kind of interesting. But we got a patio, our balcony. And we're just kind of looking at all the weather stripping around it and everything. Power blinds are beyond the scope of this inspection. The locks work like it's supposed to work. Coming over here. Now, a couple things going on back here, out here. One, this GFCI device does not work. It will not trip electrically. That will not trip electrically. And then, this is a community issue, I get it. But when you get the siding, when it comes down and our drainage plane has been disrupted, we got a patio right here. Around the perimeter of the patio, there should be a weep screed so that any water that gets trapped in the walls, any water that gets trapped in there can weep out onto the patio and make its way out. That's the whole idea. Is we're managing moisture. We can't stop it. It's coming. It's coming for us. We can't stop it. See, over our windows right there, see that little metal bar? That Z-bar flashing. That takes the water that gets in the wall, because all walls leak, all roofs leak. Any water that gets in there, then it can come out without rotting our wood. We are planning for that, But we come over here around the floor and we don't have any. So any moisture gets stuck in here will accumulate down there. And then we're also talking about, speaking of accumulation and moisture, these are our windows. These are not windows. They're windows, but they're also door lights. And we got some gaps. Gaps around our door lights right in there. Come back in. Now this air conditioning system, between the air coming in here and the air coming out here, is only 11 degrees. And I'm looking for something more like 15. I'm looking for something more like 20 to be, 20 is considered ideal. And I'm getting 11. 15 is acceptable, but I'm getting 11. This is a refrigerator. Refrigerators are beyond the scope of this inspection, but have no fear. It's working. No fear. We're making ice. We're ice makers. We got a little bit of rust right there, but what we want to do is because we have ice, we have a water filter. And we want to replace the water filter, and we want to clean the coils. Here we go. We got our laundry right here, right by the kitchen. That needs to be cleaned. That should be GFCI protected, and it's not. That should be GFCI protected, and it's not. Coming along here, we got a whole video about our water heater. And my client was asking about flooring. She sure was. She had some questions about that. And we got flooring right here. I got a whole box of it.
This flooring?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yep. Range has anti-tip device.
Oh, yeah.
Now, a vent fan is not required by code. But if you install a vent fan, the only code that I'm aware of says that this corner shouldn't be any farther from the cooktop than 24 inches. Okay? That's code. Code so far. We got a whole speech about that. Oh, there you are. I was more prepared than I thought I was. That doesn't happen often. That 24 inches? No, it doesn't look like it's 24 inches. But what supersedes code? Okay, the manufacturer's installation instructions supersedes code. So if this manufacturer right here stipulates, and it probably do, I don't have the manufacturer's installation instructions here. It would save me a bunch of writing, okay? But most manufacturers' installation instructions that I've seen say that this corner shouldn't be any farther from this cooktop than 35 inches. Okay, that's what I'm used to reading, but I don't have it to read. And coming over here, look at there, we got 36 inches. So it depends on who you're talking about. What else supersedes code? The local jurisdiction having authority. The code inspector can come in and say, well, we did this and this and this and this, and the code inspector can make a call. But the only thing I have is code. And the International Residential Code says 24 inches, so I'm going to write it up. And again, I don't have the manufacturer's installation instructions, and it's probably okay. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Hillbilly home inspections, foul line, F-O-U-L. All right. Hillbilly home inspections, foul line, that's how we say it. Right there. That's where all the germs hide. That's where all the bacterium. Okay, that's where all the cooties hide and the viruses. That's where all this stuff hides, right in there. It's supposed to cascade, like it cascades down right here. Anybody going to change this? I don't know. I would never dissuade my client from seeking perfection. And everybody tell you all the time, they say, just put some bleach underneath there. Just put some bleach underneath there. And, you know, there it is. In fact, what supersedes code? Manufacturer's installation instructions. And I've actually seen some manufacturer's installation instructions where they say that it's allowable to have a foul line, or at least it's in the installation illustrations, which implies that it's allowable. So, but it's a foul line. 130 horsepower food waste disposal. That's our dishwasher. It's been a pleasure to work with. Okay, so the door works. Okay, my glasses are fogging up. There you go. That's how I clean my glasses. Let's see, what else? This is the time when I'd like to say thank you, dear client, for your trust in your business. Those things mean the world to my family and I. A good Google review would be very much appreciated. It means a lot to a small businessman like me. And to all my YouTube fans, all 12 of you out there, 13 now, thank you, Chicago. Or there's a like button around here somewhere, or if you got YouTube insomnia, I've heard that my smooth, mellow FM radio voice can lull you right to sleep. There's a subscribe or follow or whatever it is. They got that stuff around there too.